This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Netflix. Go to netflix.com/TYT for your free trial membership.
Here on The Young Turks, we've had a long-standing ban on Coulter. Now, we've only had two bans in the history of TYT. One was disastrous. We keep it real with you guys. That was on Glenn Beck. Totally didn't stick. Okay. But the other one was on Coulter, and it totally did stick. We haven't done a single story. There were some outrageous stories, and we just absolutely refused to cover. Now, I'm making an exception today because she has personally attacked me. So that's fun for everybody. And it is in regards to Chris Barron, the chairman of GOProud. That is a GOP organization, conservative Republicans who are gay and think the Republican Party is on their side. Well, I interviewed him on MSNBC, and you could watch that interview on YouTube. We have it up for you guys. And I thought that it was very obvious where the facts were, right? For example, I asked them, hey, how do you feel about don't ask, don't tell, that the Republicans were not on your side? How do you feel that the Republicans not only voted overwhelmingly against that, but that they ran their 2004 and 2006 campaigns against gays in particular? They bragged about it. They were proud about it. And so I thought it was pretty clear. But what's funny is the right wing has thought it's clear as well, but on the other side. They're convinced that, oh man, did he win that argument? He got him, man. He said he was in favor of the Republicans even though he's gay and we hate him, but he was still on our side. He was an awesome sellout. I mean, he was, yeah. Cenk is the intolerant one. That's what it is. And Ann Coulter tweeted today. She had a link to the interview and she said, great video. Why, thank you, Ann. Head of GOProud interviewed by retarded person on MSNBC. All right, fun for everybody. Okay, I thought that Sarah Palin had banned that word. So are Palin and Coulter going to go to war over this? Who knows? Who cares? All right, now let's try to figure out who's right and who's wrong, or who's the R word or not. Okay, so I pressed them on this interview several times. I said, look, Chris, like I said, 04, 06, the whole campaign, Karl Rove and other Republicans bragged. They said, hey, look, you know what? We've got all these local initiatives throughout the country to get people to show up to vote against gays, and then they would vote for Republicans, and then George Bush would win, and it worked in 2004. So we did it again in 2006 in the local congressional and Senate elections. They ran the campaign against you. He's like, no, Republicans are the good guys. All right, so where's the evidence, right? And I said he said, oh, no, I'm a believer in the conservative ideology of economics and taxes and stuff. Look, you can be greedy and be gay at the same time. Sure, you want lower taxes if you're rich. I got it, right? And I said during the interview, I said, look, of course you don't have to have, that's irrational to say just because you're gay that you have certain ideological positions on the economy or war or anything else. You could be gay in favor of killing people senselessly in Iraq as well. It's not a good idea, but you can be, right? But that isn't the issue. And you could be conservative all you like. Being Republican doesn't make any sense. The only time that Chris had any fact was when I said to him, hey, listen, overwhelming majority of the Republicans voted against repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Only 15 Republicans voted in favor in the House. Hundreds voted against it, okay, over 100. In the Senate, only 8 Republicans voted for the repeal. All the rest, the great majority, over 75%, voted in the other direction, right? He said, yeah, but they couldn't have passed it without Republican votes. All right, now let's analyze that for a second. One, they couldn't have passed it without Republican votes. So if a single Republican votes for it, the Republican Party is just as friendly to gays, if not more friendly, than the Democrats, who almost all voted for it. Well, that defies any logic. I mean, you would have to be, what word would you have to be to believe that? Second of all, it is factually incorrect. The only reason that they needed any Republican votes is because the Republican Party was filibustering it. If the Republican Party didn't filibuster it, then they could have passed with only Democratic votes. They didn't need a single Republican vote. So according to conservative logic, gays should be for the Republican Party. Since the Republican Party filibustered the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and you needed some Republican votes to pass it because of the Republican filibuster. What would you have to be to believe that? I'll let you fill in the blank. And you watch the video for yourself, man. You watch the interview. It's not that long, 5 minutes or something. And you tell me. Some people thought I was too harsh on him. I look back on it, I thought I should have been harsher. I can't wait to interview him again. Okay? He has zero facts on his side. You can be a conservative on all those other issues. But if you vote for a party that hates you, that runs campaigns on hating you, then you are being enormously foolish. So, by the way, here's a perfect example. There's a million right-wing blogs now that are so happy that they're like, oh my God, we got a gay guy to defend us, yes! And this one that actually Ann Coulter linked to is called The Right Scoop, and it is filled with irony. So they say, oh, I was proud to be in Barron's corner. You see, conservatives are much more tolerant than our liberals. All right, so as he says that in the same tiny short blog, he also says, well, I disagree with Barron's lifestyle choice. Chris, he doesn't like you. He doesn't agree with your lifestyle choice. That's your existence. He doesn't believe you should be able to love whoever you want to love, marry whoever you want to marry. He doesn't believe you should be able to have certain jobs. And then ironically claims that he is more tolerant than us. We're sitting here killing ourselves defending you. And then, as if that weren't enough, he said again, second time in this tiny blog, I disagree with their lifestyle choice and perhaps their gay agenda. And those are the guys that claim to be on your side, Chris. What do you have to be to believe that? And then at the end, they're like, oh, yeah, well, Chris got janked. Showed them conservatives are much more tolerant, even though we hate their goddamn lifestyle and their gay agenda. What? Did I say that out loud? Some people, they just don't give a damn about logic. They just don't care. They're like, yeah, all right, Republicans keep voting against us. I love them. All right. Well, go to bed with those guys. See how it turns out for you. I already know how it turned out for you. Pretty disastrous. Get a load of Netflix. They deliver the movie to your house, no late charges, free shipping.
You can watch thousands of movies or TV shows straight on your PC or on your television through a gaming console.
Netflix.com/TYT. Free trial membership. You get Netflix all over you.